Alright, what is going on, guys? Pablo's back again, coming into the showcase on a max transcended T20 Ulquiorrai. My boy did 7 steps and actually ended up getting the final one off of tickets, and I think he said he used 2 move sources as well. No, never mind, he used, I think he did use 2 move sources. Either way, whatever. I think that this Ulquiorrai is really godlike, but we'll talk about him versus Uryu during the duration of the showcase. Let's just quickly get into a breakdown on this character. Now, he is an Ulquiorrai Espada. His killer is Hollow and Espada killer, so this is going to be really good for Espada week because he also has Weaken and Burn, which means that the enemies will be taking tick damage while also being weakened for that split second, right? On top of that, he did get Devastation 40% along with Bombardment, making him one of the best nukes in the game. I think he's only second to Yamamoto, and I still think that both of their damage are very similar. The only thing that really edges out Yamamoto is the fact that Yamamoto has weakened defense built into him, so you can get double weakened defense.
Double Gamago.
It does stack, so that is very important to note. But for Espada week, this character is by far the best unit to use. Going into Max Transcended T20 with the SP level 3, the extra skills, we got full stamina damage boost weakening. I am using Aizen Link to make up for the fact that we have Gin and Ichigo and not a strong attack recharge full stam Link of Chad. That way, you know, the damage is a little more accurate to what he should be dealing with his strong attacks. Espada chair, classic teacup, and fortification pill, so we do have the accessories as well. This character has Sprinter +2 and Long Stride, which I think is really good. When it comes to comparing him versus Uryu also has Long Stride, I believe. I don't remember if he has Sprinter +2, I think he does. But this character also is a range character. He has Sharpshooter. He has a Berserker of 40%. On top of that, this character does get the Ulquiorrai Resonance increased strong attack damage. I see I'll talk about that in a little bit. A Berserker 40%, Devastation 40%, Bombardment, meaning the Great Nuke, Complete Status Immunity, not shared Complete Status Immunity, alright, so not shared status immunity, so unfortunately he's not giving this to his party, and he also has no way of healing back up to full stamina damage boost, which is kind of important, but he doesn't have that built in, so I don't really see that being that big of an issue. I'll talk about the Uryu in a bit. Devastation 40%, Debilitator +5 seconds for the weakening, increased speed, attribute Ulquiorrai damage to status ailment affected enemies +40%. So if you were to deal a status ailment to an enemy, hence your Soul Bomb is going to be dealing even more damage, which is insane. Weakened defense from the T20, status ailment, spiritual pressure, but that's like a 60 to 65% damage increase if you're able to pop that off, which this character does have Frenzy +1, unfortunately not Frenzy +2. Full stamina damage boost of 45%, 20% from the Link of Senkaizen, reduced strong attack cooldown. So let's just quickly get right into it. Now, this character has one of the best kits in the entire game, which I think is really good. He does have Uryu's first strong attack and Uryu's third strong attack, where it's just like really good beam, standard full screen, third strong attack. Uryu is a melee character and Ulquiorrai is a range character, and Ulquiorrai ended up being given the homing vortex, and that's very important to note because the homing vortex is, in my opinion, an incredibly good skill. Let me put in some link slot units. Okay, now I see a lot of people talking about Ulquiorrai Resonance. Now, if you're running 3 Ulquiorrais in your team, you're going to be getting an extra 30% strong attack damage to your damage. So I probably could bring in 2 Ulquiorrais here just so that we can see the damage. Now, what I mean by that's not really how you're going to play. I mean from a realistic standpoint. Like, you're most likely not going to run like Inheritance Zone and be like, oh, I'm running Ulquiorrai, so you guys need to run Grimjow. You know what I'm saying? From a realistic point of view, you're probably just going to take whatever potion unit you can get. But when it comes to like damage testing, if you're mainly trying to damage test and you want to run the Ulquiorrai Resonance, by all means you can do that. But for this, I just wanted to do more of like what this character can really do without having to rely on your allies and telling them what to play just because you want to play that, you know? Really? Hold up, I want to see something. Okay, I thought that they were immune to weaken, but how can you be immune to weaken and burn? That doesn't make any sense. That means that we were able to do our vortex and we didn't even proc a status element. That's kind of sad. Can we hit it? There we go. Nice. Now, this character does pick up Frenzy +2, as well as a start power-up item +2 in content like Arena, which I think that is going to be actually really good for this character. because that means that he has the status element spiritual pressure boost. He'll have frenzy +2 there, so he's going to be easily able to proc his stuff if they're not already dead. And then on top of that, just to make things better, you have the bombardment that stacks with your status element spiritual pressure boost. So we're definitely going to want our status element spiritual pressure boost before we go after the boss this time around. Actually, no, we'll do that in IZ. It'll be easier to calculate everything in IZ. I do like that vortex, I'm not gonna lie, it looks so good. Boom. Him not getting hit an enemy is kind of annoying. I mean, you can put his Zeta wall, so it's not a big deal, but still. Okay. I don't like this. Having to proc our status element spiritual pressure boost is gonna be kind of annoying. Just give me my spiritual pressure boost. Really? Damn, we couldn't even get it off at all. Not until the end anyways. Alright. Yeah, it's gonna be kind of hard to calculate all this damage. Now, when it comes to him between, like, this Ulquiorrai versus Uryu, both of them are, in my opinion, incredible units, but I think that Uryu still kind of takes the cake, just because Uryu's... Instead of weaken and burn, Uryu picks up weaken and drain. Not to mention the gauge. What did he get? Increased status element chance plus 10%. That means that you're able to keep your full stamina damage boost without caring. And I think that that's very, very important to note. I saw one person saying, oh, you can run this Ulquiorrai with like 5 Grimjowls in Epic Raid. And my response to that is, why are you not just running this Retsu? Because this Retsu has like double weak. If you T15 this Retsu, you're running with like even 4 Retsus that are T15. And you have double weak in defense, bro. Those runs don't take very long. And if you've played with Ulquiorrai, I mean, excuse me, if you played with the Speed Potion Grimjow, that Speed Potion Grimjow compared to that Retsu is like night and day trash. Okay, so we have the Spiritual Pressure boost. Let's check out the damage here. We're gonna do it against this guy so we can properly test damage. Let's check this out. Boom. 16.5k. That's gonna be baseline damage on this character. Really, 16.5k? I feel like that's kind of low. 16.5k. He has bombardment. Okay, let's wait. This is a lot. Okay, so 16.5k max transcended T20 Ulquiorrai that doesn't have that much full stamina damage boost. Because if we did SAR full stam and then we had like an extra 40, we would have an extra 16% full stamina damage boost. No, we'd have an extra 21% full stamina damage boost, which that I guess we can calculate that in. I'll actually put this in here. All right, so I I look back on it because I'm like 16.5k doesn't really make sense, and that can't possibly be the average, right? It's a 165k, and on average it's like you see the 17.3k, 167. We're gonna go with like 168. I feel like this is the rough average of everything here together, right? Because this is like only one number is below 167. So yeah, actually, yeah, let's do 169. 169. And I like 169. Boom. So it's not going to be 16k. It's going to be 169,000. I'm glad that I actually looked back on it. Still, this is going to be the case when it comes to all that damage. Now, let's actually calculate in everything that this Ulquiorrai actually has. Oh, hold up. That's not right. That's for like 2023. Alright, so let's do this. We proc weakening. Actually, let's start with killer, 1.6. Let's assume we have a PvE killer, not the PvP killer. This is actually going to be a lot higher on Espadas, in IZ in particular, but since this is IZ and not Guild Quest, we're just going to go with the 1.6k as killer that we would get on an IT unit if we were to proc a status element, and they lose their iron skin, right? So let's do that times 1.6. Boom, boom. Oops, let's do that. So 270,000 damage with killer, and we saw that with the guy in the back. Now if we multiply in the fact that they get weakened, multiply the fact that they get inflicted with a status ailment, multiply the fact that we get weakened defense, multiply the fact that we get status element spiritual pressure boost was already included. So we need to calculate the 7 hits additionals that actually proc the status element. And then we're 5 point, what the fuck? And then the 270,000 was the original hit, right? So you see here that we're actually dealing 5.4 million with a PvE killer. On average, by the way, that's like 1.8 mil, right? And this is why this character is actually really freaking crazy, because there's just a lot that goes into it. I do believe that when I calculate the damage on Yamamoto's was a bit higher, but keep in mind, this is not the damage that you would be dealing if you had the proper links. Or did y'all forget that part already? Right, so we have the 5.4 million. We're gonna divide this by the current full stamina damage boost that we have, which is, let me see, we gotta check out how much full stamina. How do I heal? How can I heal? Yeah, this should be fine. Bro, he died to 1 hit of the board. That's crazy. Alright, now I'm just making it worse for myself. Okay. Oh yeah, he has Sprinter +2. I'm so not used to that. This should heal me fully. That doesn't heal me fully? Oh, that's a scam. Not for a strong attack. Yeah, that beam is like super like lengthy. This should fully heal me though. So we had 45. $177k, 175k. Yeah, so we like lowballed the 169k too. That's kind of crazy. Because that's like not even taking into account like combo bonus, right? So we had 145, 1.45, the 45% full stamina damage boost. And then we're going to multiply this by 1.61, which is roughly what we're missing right now, I believe, right? 41, 25, plus 41. Because like, this is full stamina damage boost T20 skill, right? So this is 66. Okay, so we're missing times 1.66. Oops. 66. 8.8 million. From that 5 million? Did I not divide the 1.4? Oh, never mind. Hold on. Whoa. No. So 5.7 mil. Divided by 1.45 times 1.66. Why is it doing that? That's so annoying. There we go. That's better. Okay, I'm like, hold up, that math does not add up. 6.5 million is the type of damage that you're going to be seeing with this character at max Transcended with Killer on Hollows. If you want to do the 1.6 multiplied by 2.2 for the Espada Killer, oops, I accidentally hit the button twice, you're going to be dealing 8.9 million, but that's kind of unrealistic because that's only going to be for the final boss, and chances are, if you're using this character, I don't think you're really using this on the final boss unless you're like hosting, and then in content like IT, you're probably going to do this on like the 3rd room and try to get that room out of the way since you have bombardment. And in Guild Quest, I can see this character being like easy clap for Guild Quest. Like, you have the beam for strong attack, you have the AoE into Vortex second strong attack, which yeah, it's fine. I do want to bring up that second strong attack a little bit. Now, keep in mind, this second strong attack is not quote-unquote as good as the 960. This AoE, boom, is smaller than the regular 960 AoE that you're going to be getting from characters such as Yamamoto, characters like Byakuya, characters like 7th Anniversary Ichigo, but that's not saying that it's bad, because this also has the homing vortex, which I'm not gonna lie, I actually really like the animation on this. This is really, really cool. Overall though, as a remake on a classic character, like classic BBS character, which is in my opinion 3rd Anniversary Ulquiorrai, I think that this character is like cake. Like he's really good, deals massive damage, and on top of that, he just looks really, really clean. Dude. I think what his first strong attack, when he goes into his like regular Ulquiorrai form, something about that just feels so good. That did not feel good at all. I literally just got caked up. But yeah, when his hair turns black. Dang, man. I remember when this character, well, when 3rd Anniversary came out, and I was getting flamed for saying that he had white hair. And I'm like, oh, that'd be so cool if he has like white hair and stuff. It's like, whoa, he's never gonna have white hair. What are you talking about? And I was like, the theory crafting, and then he ended up getting white hair, and everyone was, well, nah, I still got roasted. But whatever, it is what it is. Dude, we hit for 405k because we got boosted by Tokinata. I'm with it. Let's do it. Let's see here. Times 1.4 times 1.5 times 1.3 for weakened defense. Multiply that by 7. Multiply this by spiritual. No, we already had the spiritual pressure boost. 0.4, 7, times 7, times, because yeah, times 1 plus 405,000, and that's on a hollow, right? 8.1 million divided by 1.45 times 1.66 for the full stem if we had a proper linkage, right? 9.3 million damage. PvE killer. PvE killer. That's so good. That is so damn good.